Hey everyone. So pretty exciting time to be a Nintendo fan right now. The NX should be revealed within a few weeks. Like September is coming up real soon, and that's when Nintendo is rumored to be revealing their newest console. But as I'm sure you know, a lot of recent reports have come out that seem pretty legit about what the NX actually is and what it's all about. So, I'm just gonna take a quick deep dive into it and share my thoughts on it. The big thing is that NX is primarily a handheld device. Like, it's a handheld device first, a very powerful handheld device that can be hooked up and synced onto your TV. So, which stands true. Like, people have been thinking that maybe this is going to be a handheld home hybrid. So that lines up, which makes sense honestly because Nintendo has obviously they've been in the handheld and home console business for longer than anyone's in it currently, longer than Microsoft and Sony. And handheld is where their successes have always been consistently successful in handhelds. Their home consoles have kind of like been up and down. Like, you go from the Wii, which was like amazing sales wise, to the Wii U, which has been struggling honestly. But their handhelds have been pretty consistent. Like, the DS is the second best selling console, the best selling handheld of all time. The 3DS isn't quite that, but it's still pretty darn good. Like, it's doing really good for them. So that makes sense. Focus on what you're good at. And but it's also exciting because the rumor is it's supposed to be a high powered handheld, which is like their most powerful handheld ever, which would be like more powerful than the Vita, which is super powerful. And the rumor I think is somewhere between Wii U and PS4, which that's amazing. Like, that's gonna be beautiful. Like, bringing that out on the go. I think it's really smart that they're combining their two fields into one. Because the thing that Sony and Microsoft don't have to worry about is like they have one system that they put their games on. Like Vita, like Sony left to die, honestly. But so like all their big franchises go on their machines. Like the next Forza game or the next Halo game, always gonna go on Xbox One or Scorpio, whatever's going on with that. But that's a different story. Uncharted and Gran Turismo, they're all going on PlayStation. They're all going on PS4. So, but with Nintendo, it's like, oh, next Mario Kart's gonna go on 3DS, and so which means we won't get one on Wii U for a few years, and then Pokemon is only on handheld, but people are like, oh, we want Pokemon on Wii U, but that's just not how it works. This eliminates the need for that. The next Mario Kart game is just gonna go on NX. Next Smash Brothers just gonna go on NX. Next Pokemon game, it's gonna be on handheld. But if these rumors are true, that means you got the home console Pokemon game you pretty much always wanted. Like, I'm sure it's not gonna be the big, vast open world Skyrim with Pokemon that people wanted, but it's pretty still exciting. There is just some worry that people have brought up, which is battery life and price. Like, battery life, if this thing is this powerful, like, I don't know how long the battery's going to be. Hopefully they come up with, like, a docking station, like, where you can just set it in and just charge it, cradle. And hopefully it's, like, at least a few hours, like, at least, like, 3 or 4 hours, like, so you can get, like, on a flight or something. And because if it's not long, like, that's not good. Like, handheld devices at its core are made to on the go. So if you just dies out while you're on the road and you have no way of charging it, then what's the point? And also with price, like, they're gonna have to think hard. Like, then price probably is the most important thing. Like, if the thing is too expensive, people aren't gonna buy it. Like, just plain and simple. So I'm not an economics person. Like, I'm not going to pretend that I know what a good price is. The 3DS was like 180, I think. I don't really remember the original price, but 3DS did not start out good. Like, it had a slow start. It grew from where it was. It wasn't like just a runaway success. So they're gonna have to be very careful about that, because if it's like too high, then people aren't gonna buy it. But if it's too low, it's a lot. You're gonna sell it at a loss, and you have to be really careful with that. So like I said, I'm not an economics person. I'm not gonna try to say what Nintendo should and shouldn't do with regards to price, but just it's a concern. Games, like if there are no games on here, that's just goodbye. Like the Wii U, it had some really great games, but they were few and far between. Like you had Smash, Mario Kart, 3D World, Bayonetta, and those games. But like besides that, there are some more that I'm not thinking of. There really wasn't much that there was like, oh, I need a Wii U for this. And so Nintendo's gonna have to come out strong with their launch lineup. Like, I'm talking like Mario, Zelda obviously is coming out. If the rumors believe that they came out, like we're getting a Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon game relatively soon after launch, if not at launch. So those are their three biggest franchises. So hopefully that's true, so they can that's at least get them huge buzz. And then third-party support, and that's kind of tricky because obviously third-party support isn't going to be there if the console isn't successful. That's what happened with the Wii U. But the rumor is like you got people like Square Enix, which we already knew Dragon Quest is coming. WB, I honestly blanking on other studios. So, but you need games, and the thing is, it can't be like the Wii U and just ports of years old games that already came out. Because what's the point of buying a whole new system for a game that you've played already? And you gotta give them a reason to yes, obviously it will help if you got your Call of Duties or Assassin's Creed, but those are not what sell Nintendo systems. Nintendo systems are by the exclusives, so you gotta have them create games that are so compelling that you can only find on NX. But that also leads to other thing, like the the power of this system. Obviously, it's going to be lower than the PS4, Xbox One, which are pretty much the same. So, which is a smart move because Nintendo cannot compete with Microsoft and Sony. That's just a known fact. They're not as powerful. They don't have as much money in the bank. Okay, well, Sony, I don't really know what's going on with their financial situation, but they just can't. Different audience. You can target hardcore gamers, but you have to target different. You have to target the families and the kids too, because just make your first system for everyone. One of two things would have to happen if they're going to do ports. One would be that they downgrade it, from we've seen games that came out on current gen and previous gen, that they've been seriously downgraded, and so that's one thing which isn't good. You don't want your game to seem like the cheap. You don't want your system to have the cheap versions of the game, because that doesn't sell. That's not attractive to consumers. And then two, make it for the NX. You'd have to create the game, but significantly less powerful than you would if you made it for PS4 and Xbox One, which also isn't ideal. So you're gonna have to convince these third parties that NX will be a hit and is the future of gaming, and have them create unique, compelling experiences that you can only find on this system. A whole thing that I actually forgot to talk about earlier is the detachable controllers, which I'm still really confused on. I know what it is. It's meant. I know it's meant so you can play local co-op on the go. You can either. I think you can use both sides as for single player, and then give one half to the other if you play multiplayer. I'm not sure. I'm really confused at what that's like. So are the same stuff going to be on each side? If so, what's the point of having two different ones? Why can't you just have a controller? Why can't you just have the buttons and directional pads and etc. built into the thing? I don't know. Is this thing just going to be a full-on touchscreen without it? Because I'm not liking that. I know, they're making pretty much a phone. They're targeting the mobile audience. That is what they're going for. But I'm not a big fan of touchscreen-only games, and I really don't want to see Nintendo just fall down there. Now, maybe there's more information that I just completely missed out on. I don't know. But I'm really sketchy on these detachable controller things. And yes, they're using I'm all for using cartridges. I love my Game Boy, love my DS. So, cartridges, yes. So, obviously, Nintendo is poised to like make a huge comeback with NX. Like, it's possible. They just have to market this game, market this thing so well. Like, that's what killed the Wii U. The name was awful. The marketing was awful. The PR, just like, no one knew what this thing was. So they have to come out when they reveal this thing. They have to go straight to the point. This is the NX. This is why you need one. This is what makes it different from everything else. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to do it. Say what makes it unique. Say the games that are going to be on it. First party and third party. Like, make sure you're in this for the long haul. You need to support this system. Like, this, I don't know if it's their make or break. I don't know what's up with that. But this could definitely be a game changer for Nintendo if they do it right. Alright, that's it. If you like this, please like the video and subscribe to my channel for more. You can follow me at Aiden Simons on social media. And check out my blog, vampiresquid.blogspot.com, which I admittedly update more than this. It's just easier to write than take out the time to make a video. I'm a busy guy. So that's it. See you soon.